Blow. Hold on. Our meeting being recorded. Here we go. Should I get angry with her? This was a question that came up on today's The C Note show. The gentleman's trying, let's say, to work on his own self, his grounding, interacting with her in a healthy way when she's upset. And it seems like she keeps coming at him over and over, almost wanting to make him upset, trying to draw him into drama or anger or irritation. And he asked, what do I do? Should I just get angry with her? How do I handle this? And one tool that we offered today, and I want to ask Cynthia about this as well. And Cynthia is the only woman allowed on this channel. If you haven't met her, for her professional perspective, we've been in private practice for years and years at this point, hundreds of men and one-on-ones and in groups as well. Cynthia, thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I'm a little out of order today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it was the blowing beforehand.
Yes.
She's like, continue, Jeff, continue. Speak into the phallically looking microphone. Yes, exactly. All right. So should I just get angry with her? Well, no, the first level of this, what you want to try is getting angry into something else in a moment that's appropriate. So if you were looking at yourself, if you were looking at you and your woman in that spot from a third party perspective, if you were a fly on the wall, and what would you do in that instance to help her get the anger out into something that isn't you and without you having to get angry? So let's take 10 seconds to scream into a pillow. Let's go ahead and cut out a shape of a paper man and stab the paper man, something like this, something that can help get her energy, her anger out in that moment in a fun, as you said on the show, raising vibration kind of way. That doesn't need to be you ignoring her, because if you ignore her as a man, that's not going to help her feel connected. If you try to shut her out or shame her emotions, that's not going to go the right direction. And you also aren't trying to spiral into anger with her, because by the way, she's going to say that you're a giant asshole if you do that. So you can't spiral out into anger like she is, let's say. So what can we do? Let's get some perspective. So what's going on? What's briefly going on? What is she maybe wanting interaction wise? And how about the screaming into a pillow? How do you like that idea? Share with us, please.
Well, what a woman's doing in that instance is the way that women in friendships and other kind of relationships know that they're not alone, know that they're heard, know that there's other people, other women who share common experience, which is really important for women. That's the kind of like rapport they build with each other. Like one will share an emotional story and the other will be, oh gosh, I've been there too. That's how they feel connected. So in that moment, she's trying to get some connection, but she's also trying to create a movement of emotion with you. And maybe there's even an attachment to the drama of the emotion, because that's the only way she feels like it has some realness, that it's seen, or maybe that you two in relationship can move it. So when you talk about like screaming into a pillow, or you're like stabbing, paper mache, whatever it happens to be, it's like you're this warrior who's standing in the storm of the emotion, and you're saying like, hey, I'm here with you, but you're not diving into the mud of that vibration of anger she's wanting you to stomp in with her. You're bringing it to a higher level of energy that is all about masculinity. It's having a bigger picture in mind. There's a connection, there's a gratitude to it. And so whether or not it's playful, or you're taking the vibrancy of it toward a third entity to get it out, whatever it is, you're meeting her there. You're letting her know that she's not alone. You're resonating, but you're also saying, hey, we're going to go up and use this energy up here, not keep diving down into the lava and muck, which goes nowhere.
So the screaming into a pillow example, the like, let's make fun of this a little bit and bring out is what you're talking about, the raising vibration, not digging into the muck as well, right? So I'm going to give you a cherry on top. If you've tried something like this, or if you feel like you're beyond that and you really do, you're really not okay with the way that your woman is handling these things, and you're really not okay how she's continuing to jab at you and trying to draw you back into the bucket of crabs, right? I'll give you a cherry on top of what to do here in a second. If you're not yet a part of our free Facebook group where you can post questions like this, go to greatmenmovemountains.com/Facebook. It's free to join our private Facebook community. Ask for access and join about 200 men that are in there right now. So here's a cherry on top, and this is an advanced concept, and I said this on the show as well, that'll need to be unfolded at a future time, but let me give you the start of it, and go to the Facebook forum and ask questions about this if you're watching this right now and you want to know more. And this goes something like this: Saturday morning coffee or Sunday morning coffee, which we've talked about here on this channel before. You say, hey, there's something important to me. The way that went is not okay with me. Okay. When I put my hand over my mouth, that means you hold the pregnant pause. You breathe into your belly. You hold the tension of the moment. And when she says, well, what do you mean? And so I would say specifically what the behavior is. The way that explosion on Tuesday happened wasn't okay with me. All right. Now, again, this is advanced. She's not going to like what you're saying. You need to know what your boundaries are and what you want prior to this Saturday morning coffee conversation. Again, if you're at a spot here, guys, where you're talking about screaming into a pillow, you found this video, you're talking with us in our channel, maybe you're part of our coaching groups, our one-on-one coaching groups, you're at a spot where you may not know how to stand up for yourself in a healthy way. And what I'm opening here is simply the fact of you deciding what's not okay with you. You don't have to have a threat that comes after that. You don't have to have it all figured out after that. You don't need to know how to cross the next bridge yet, but you do need to know what's not okay with you. And that's what I'm encouraging you guys to do. Cynthia, thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you.
Go move mountains one step at a time.
Bye.
Subscribe.
Want more affection, love and sex in your marriage? Want less paralyzing fear and rejection? Join us live Monday to Friday Zoom call, men only, greatmenmovemountains.com/C-Note. The C-Note Show, free daily call.
This I've got to see.
It's worth watching, so stay tuned.